This is Sheeba with my 28th edition of Lockdown Mantras. Since the last mantra release, a lot of things have been happening in our lives and to the world outside our window. Every month since January, we or someone dear to us have been losing a parent. I'm sure that my listeners too are going through a similar experience. We are nearly halfway through the new year, and yet we constantly keep asking ourselves, when is this going to end? We have been witnessing the most heartbreaking scenes in major cities around the world, and the wave has now come closer home, sweeping away our loved ones. On 28th April, Sujit's and Siji's father, too, was called away to the eternal shore after a long battle with COVID. All through those 21 days, family and friends prayed fervently for his recovery and lived on that hope. Every day when he was hospitalized, there was a sense of heaviness in our hearts and a million questions running through our minds. But early that morning, he left. And all that remained in its place was an overwhelming feeling of numbness. I, who can talk non-stop, suddenly didn't have any words to say. And this is not just my feeling. Every day, each one of us hears someone we know affected by this deadly virus. Every day our phones and TV screens splash images showing distressing stories of people running from pillar to post, begging to save their loved one's life or bidding farewell to them from a distance. Some have PPE kit to cover up the tears that run down endlessly from their eyes. The agony and strain of it all just tears you apart. And you end up asking yourself, why? 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 Countless times. I too was like that. Having lost my father a year back, I knew their pain. They, as a family, had played a huge role to support and encourage us during our darkest moments. As anyone who is struggling with the loss of a loved one, they too are trying to come in terms with life without him. It's easy to say, be strong for your family. But when you are exhausted after fighting the battle, it's very difficult to put up a brave front. Just when I was wondering how to reach out to Sujit, he messages me. I was fumbling for the right words to say, but he says, Sheeba, let's do the lockdown mantras again. Maybe we can do one on hope. As I listened to his words, a song began playing at the back of my mind. It is one of my favorite hymns from school and seemed even more significant at this time.
Whether the wrath of the storm-tossed sea, or demons or men, or whatever it be, no waters can swallow the ship when lies the master of ocean and earth and skies. They all shall sweetly obey my will. Peace be still, peace be still. They all shall sweetly obey my will. Peace, peace be still.
We are surrounded by the chaos and noise of the world outside, or the tempest raging within our minds. Through it all, He is there. His plans are beyond our understanding, and He asks us to be still. In that quiet sense of calmness, we can hear His voice, His message to us, and those comforting words no human voice can utter. In those still moments, we can hear the voice of our loved ones, encouraging us to be still. It is then that we feel their presence surrounding us and filling us. They don't want to be replaced because they are there with us, guiding us as they did during their earthly days. We just have to be still. His power will work and nurture us. And as we become still, we see signs of hope to pull us out of despair. Even as our country is battling with the second wave of the pandemic, we see angels working tirelessly to lift the spirits of the brokenhearted. We can hear voices that speak to us through the holy books. Even friends and family chip in to make their devastated dear ones feel assured they are not alone in their sorrow and struggles to face the new reality. And slowly, one day, we will feel okay enough to get up and direct our minds to comfort another going through the same pain. These are our signposts of hope for ourselves and for each other. Through it all, remember that whether it was David, Joseph, Job, Peter, or Paul, in the depth of their darkest moments, they left it to the power of God to work in their lives. So while battles rage in our lives, He works His plan for us. We hear His voice when we lift our hands in prayer in the quiet stillness of the pain that seemed to overpower us. Our loved ones may have left behind their earthly bodies to become ashes, but their spirit surrounds us every moment of our lives. And remember, this too shall pass.